drink it in. You can't tell because of the lighting, but you can see the chat, the day-to-day chat convinced me to let my facial hair grow for the first time ever. We're 4 days in, and it's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, I don't know how you guys have it. It's gross, man. It's absolutely, you can see it in the light because I'm fair-haired. I don't know if you guys know this. I'm fair-haired. I'm very fair-haired. So it's long, and I can pick it out. But fuck, it's so itchy. Like, I was in the gym today, and my face just was like a warm testicle. Lads, you know it. When your balls get warm and you're doing this in the chair, you know you got to do this motion. The boys know what it's about. You got to do this motion. And that was on my face. That was my face. I was like, oh my God. This is awful. Like, how the fuck do you guys do it? I don't understand. I'm told that it'll eventually get nicer, but my wife is not happy because we're video calling and that doesn't have any lighting on it. Like, this has lighting on it, right? I'm lit right now, yeah? And she's like, Jesus Christ, shave it, please. But no, I will remain steadfast for you guys. I will remain steadfast up until, like, Monday. Monday will be the last day because they return home on Monday. Yeah, and when she gets home, she's just going to be like, fuck this. She's going to be like, fuck this. Get that thing off your face. And we'll see how it's going on. I hope you're all having a wonderful week. I have an update for you. Blizzard has forgiven me. They are talking to me once again. And they say I have served my crime. I have served my punishment. I have served my punishment. I have to live out my suspension, but the suspension will be the only punishment I will have. They will not be banning me or banishing me to the realms of obscurity with them. They still want to talk. They still want to do things. They still have plans in the future. So, good-o! Good-o! They even asked me about Classic this week. And then we had that Classic update. What could it all mean? What could it all mean? I don't know. Maybe it means nothing at all. Maybe it means nothing. Nothing at all. The question is, I have been asked about this document that I have made. It's a large document full of stuff for World of Warcraft and what I'm going to do with it. I don't know. I'm still on the fence about what to do with it. Because I am, as many of you are, mostly confused about the direction that Blizzard is going in. And anybody who has played with the new essences will understand where I'm coming from. Where are we going? Where are we going? We're on a road that leads somewhere. It leads somewhere, and I don't know where it goes, and it makes no goddamn sense to me in the fucking... Where does it... Quadruple Infernals. We know that's getting nerfed. I think Jax can confirm this. I believe I was talking with Jax last night where we were talking about the Vision of Perfection. And within 2 minutes of us having this conversation, it got nerfed. Like, the timing was crisp. It was like, yeah, this Vision of Perfection is crazy. And then it got nerfed. Like, as we were talking about, I was like, oh, there you go. It's just got fucking nerfed. Well, we saw that coming. What a crazy time it's going to be. Maybe it's going to be crazy. I don't know. In a world where yesterday we were being chased by, I don't know, a killer, child killer, pedophile, maybe. I don't know. We haven't quite figured it out yet. We're going to figure that out probably tomorrow. So my family has been away for a week, which means I'm probably going to stream tomorrow day and probably Sunday as well for the weekend. Probably going to do something like that because usually weekends are my family time. But I don't know. I haven't decided whether I want to just sit in my lair and work on things. I haven't quite decided, but I know I'm going to wake up nice. So good. 2 Point Hospital weekend. No, I don't think so. Anyway. It is indeed drama time. Have I got anything else to tell you guys? PreachCon's coming up. That's pretty good. Yeah. And I'll be at BlizzCon. Ooh, excitement. Excitement beckons. Okay, let's go with this. Right, I have to do this. I have to do this. How many of you, let me ask you, my wonderful live audience, right here, right now, on this glorious summery Friday afternoon, the sun is shining, it's gorgeous out here in the UK. How many of you have had someone join your guild? They seem fine. And then they start telling the most ludicrous lies you've ever heard in your fucking life. And you ask yourself, why? Why? Because it's so insane. It's so insane. But the freedom of being anonymous on the internet gives people this carte blanche idea to just start telling these stories. And of course, we've seen the copy pastas of people about being in the Marines and all that kind of stuff. Now, what name should we choose for our liar? Well, this comes directly from my Patreon, and I can't think of a better opportunity to do this. Yes, dude. I think the timing is perfection. I'm going to throw him under the bus, the Irish man. I'm going to tweak those nipples when I see him in July. I'm going to tweak them. I'm going to tweak those little nips. I'm going to give him that love. Use me as a clickbait thumbnail, will you? Well, retribution's a bitch, isn't it? You know, as a demonetized channel, you know how much money he made off me getting banned? Motherfucker. Well, here it comes, you see. Here it comes. Roundabout. The big circle of life is about to come into full scene, isn't it? Well, we do actually need two names. We need two names here. Ooh, my 8.2 video only got 500,000 views. I'm so disappointed. Let's throw let's throw this one in there. Now, his name is, in fact, that Benji kid. But most of you guys know him as Benji. Most of you guys know him as Benji. Taliesin and Nevertell, I don't believe are on our Patreon, but Mr. Bellula is. Mr. Bellula is. Okay. Thank you for the support, by the way, Mr. Bell. We've had a lot of fun together. Let's go. Okay. Our author is part of a guild that has a constant sort of ebb and flow of players coming and going. The never-ending search for good players. We're all aware of it. We're all aware of it. The never-ending search of players who know how to not die and to do damage, right? Who know how to not die and do damage. Like, pretty crazy stuff. Pretty crazy stuff. Okay, and that sometimes we encounter some real fucking weirdos. Some real fucking weirdos. So he says to us, we had a few cases of raging babies and just pure rude arseholes that came in. But none are as worth sharing. It's not native English. Give me a break. Of sharing with Drama Time until we got one particular certain shaman called Bellula. Let me introduce you all to Bellula, the one-legged shaman. So, welcome to the guild, Bellula. And at the start, he seems like an okay dude. He seems like an okay dude. He's friendly. He's talkative. Until one day, we're all sat in comms. We're all shooting the shit. Someone asks Bellula, whereabouts does he live? Mistakes were made. Like a fucking bombshell, Bellula unloads on us his entire life story. Bellula begins to tell us that he was a truck driver. A truck driver for an unnamed company, he doesn't mention it. And that another truck driver rear-ended his truck, flipped his truck over, and caused him injury. Nothing too life-threatening, but it left him weak. Too weak to lift any heavy weight, and unable to further do his job as a truck driver. The driver that rear-ended him was a young boy in his early 20s, and supposedly, as the story goes, he was illegally transporting beer and drugs in his truck that was also marked with the name of a big company. Drugs. Actual drugs. Because it was in a state with strict laws, and because the judge wanted to make an example of him, the young lad, for rear-ending a truck, got 2 consecutive life sentences for endangering Bellula's life. And Bellula got a settlement in the amount of $1 million because he was unable to continue doing his job as a truck driver. So you're thinking to yourself at this point, because we've been there, right? We've all been there, where someone tells this fucking story, and you're just like, you've literally said 4 sentences, and it's got so many holes in it. There are mice living inside this story. Like, it is like a graveyard of a tale. In 4 sentences, you have punctured this so full of holes, it's insane. But okay, sure. So, what did Bellula do? Well, he did what any smart American would do. With his money, he invested it. He invested his money. He got this $1 million. He saw his life opportunity in front of him. Time to do something clever with it, not just blow it all. Bitcoin. He went straight for the Bitcoin. His investment was, of course, a boathouse for him and his wife and his 2 daughters. And he tells us that his investments paid off. And he made even more money than he could spend. Just rolling in the fucking dough. Just rolling in it. Rolling in the dough. Now, okay. This is our author speaking. It's fine if people want to share their life. I don't mind. It lets the guildies bond together, right? We find out about some IRL stuff. You know, we get to go know each other as friends. This is how we build a good, solid guild. And people generally accepted him and his story. We had no real reason why not. Bollocks. There's so much wrong with this story. It's criminal. You're telling me you didn't start asking questions? Fine, gullible motherfuckers. Whatever. Because we didn't question the story, though, what happens? What happens if you let people get away with this shit? You guys all know, if you don't fucking put the stop to it right there and say no, guess what happens? Well, it made him bolder. And he started to share more and more details and expanding on the story. He shared the fact that he was overweight, F. And he had a real wish to visit Poland. I'm so fat and I can't wait to go to Poland. What? What the fuck? Which is the country of origin of me and my fiancée. He claimed that the game plan was this. He wanted to come to Poland on his from America in a private airplane that a buddy of his has before he then continued on to the Czech Republic for business, along with his family. That's the plan. We're going to take his buddy, his mate, like we all have, right? Who doesn't have a mate with a private plane? But then again, we're not all millionaires. So his buddy with the private plane is going to let him use the private plane to fly to Poland, just to say hi to Poland. Then he's going to continue to the Czech Republic for business. Ask no further questions. Business. Again, it's fine that people share how many details they want. And I'm not going to stop them. I'm not going to stop them. The dude didn't do anything wrong except be kind of annoying by this point. He was kind of just being annoying. So a few days pass and he shares with me some sad news. Oh no. Oh no. What happened now? Oh, shit. It was about his physical condition after the accident. It's been worse than ever. His leg has been hurting a lot. He's been consulting with a doctor, and you'll never guess what, guys. They may need to amputate. Yeah. They may need to amputate. Bastard. Bastard. He shares some jokes that his doctor made that he thought were inappropriate as they were jokes against the disabled. My doctor told me this is the story. My doctor was telling me that if it gets worse, that he might have to amputate my leg, right? But then he said I could be a pirate, so that was okay. So, I mean, No one in the chat reacts at all. Because no one really knows what to say in a situation like this. Which is fair. No one really knows. Like, I just don't know what to say. 1 day later, raid night comes. And we're doing ourselves some heroic monkey man. Easy game, easy life. His character dies from standing in the fire. Can we make a one-legged joke there? Huh. Probably shouldn't. His character dies from standing in the fire. And he goes offline. We wait a few minutes for him to come back, but we see he didn't come back, and we remove him from the raid and carry on. It happens. I don't really care. We have flex. Maybe the internet died or his PC died. Whatever. I'm not going to hold it against him. It happens. The raid night ends. It was a productive evening. I'm sitting near the mission table on the boat, like all the people do currently after raid night ends and wait for the next raid night, when suddenly a mysterious hunter whispers me with a hello. Hello. I'm a friend of Bellula's. And I wanted to tell you that he got a sudden blood clot in his leg. He's been taken to surgery and they've removed his leg. He's recovering right now and he'll be fine. He told me to inform you because he said you are his guild leader. And he is sorry that he missed the guild raid night. It continues. I should also tell you that I am his wife. And I'm going to be joining the guild soon. I answer, okay. We all hope he gets better. Good luck with the one-leggedness. 1 day later, he comes online. He has returned. He tells us he's playing from the recovery room in the hospital and tells us that he is a happy one-legged man and he will come back to raiding soon. He says they let him bring his laptop in to say hi to us. And then he goes offline again. Now, here's the problem when you back yourself into a corner like this, is that you still kind of really want to play WoW. And you don't know what's the appropriate offline time for my blood clot leg situation. Because I still want to get my dailies done. I still got emissary boxes to open. Like, what do we do? But unfortunately, guys, this is where the saga, as it is described by our author, the saga of the one-legged shaman ends. Him and his wife never showed up again. But it's not how our story ends. Shortly after this, the guild is chugging along a few days after the disappearance of one of our own. It happens. I guess some things are more important. We get some new members in, including a brand new disc priest called Benji. A friendly dude. Immediately becomes close to our most active people, always talkative in the guild, becomes friends with me and my better half. He shares an interest in shadow priests with her and he shows a very vested interest towards Poland. What are the odds? Poland, you say? Did somebody mention Poland? I fucking love Poland, dude. I fucking love Poland. And a certain city that a certain shaman wanted to visit. Okay. We both look at each other. Here comes the raid night. And we're doing an alt run for our newer members. We're on normal Mecha Talk. We ask to make sure all our guildies are on Discord so that we can do this as painless as possible. And that's when Benji decides to drop his sad story on us. Now, would anybody care to guess at what Benji's very sad story is? Very, very sad. Oh, it's terrible. It's really quite tragic. Some of you aren't far off, actually. Some of you are actually pretty close, like you guys are making it up as you go. It turns out Benji is a deaf gamer. Yeah, he's a deaf gamer. Bummer. But he thinks it's going to be okay. And you know why? You know why? He tells us he has a program that will be able to help him transcribe what is being said on Discord and display it as subtitles on his PC. Have any of you ever tried to use the translator on YouTube? But it's okay, because our man's got it. Now, our man does mention this. Our author says, now, in case anyone doesn't know how impractical and unbelievable this idea is, you can turn on CC in the bottom of your YouTube window, and you will see how much confusion there is in text. It doesn't matter, though. He activates his program. Activated. And he is unbelievably able to hear precise instructions from us, and we down Mecca get our loot and call it a night. God damn it. Now, the next day, we obviously have questions about this software. How is it possible? How did you have that? So he tells us. He shares with us this information as to why he has access to this program. Oh, you think it's unbelievable? Well, let me explain, he says, not to be deterred. It turns out Benji works for a tech company as a transcriber. He translates into sign language what text they give him, whether it's in English, Chinese, Arabic, Japanese, and even, shocker, Polish. Oh my God, what a fucking guy. He points out he doesn't even really know some of those languages, but he's able to do it with the help of certain other programs like Google Translate. Now, this is a very high-paying job, he tells us. And he continues to emphasize through the following days how, even having prepared the information of how much money he makes and switches it even from dollars to pounds, which apparently are Polish zlotys. You call your currency zlotys? That's awesome. That's awesome. I like it. Why is it called a zloty, yet the short is PLN? Shouldn't it be like PLZs? Zloty. Now, this is where things start to click. Now it starts to click, really. Where I start to suspect that our new deaf priest might actually be our one-legged shaman. The next day, Benji informs us that you're going to have to miss the raid. He's going to have to miss the raid, unfortunately. He's soon going to be flying to Japan on his vacation. Now, people are getting real tired of his shit at this point. So we just say congrats and carry on doing with our thing. The next day, he informs us he is taking an early break from his work to fly with his wife to New York to stay at the Trump Hotel over the weekend. Sorry, guys. I'm going to take an emergency vacation to New York with the wife. Got to stay at the Trump Hotel. I've just got to leave work early. You know how it is, right? You guys can all relate to where I'm coming from. Good. Okay. Because of his amazing job, Benji was able to get the tickets for as much as $600 a night. A bargain, he said. And him and his wife will be staying there for 2 nights. Friday comes. He has informed us that he has packed his bags. And he's on the airplane to New York. And he is bored. That's why he's logged into WoW, so he can play with us during the flight. Just commit and don't log in. Just commit. Just commit a little bit and don't log in. Just give it the littlest chance. The littlest fucking chance. Just commit. For once in your life, just commit to the situation. What was very strange is the next day, he spends most of his afternoon and evening playing with us, even though he was supposed to be in New York on vacation with his wife. On the same day, he decides to inform us that he's just received a giant promotion while he was on vacation. Classic. To the team director in his firm, and that his salary was raised by another 20%, going into detail about how much money that would be. Why? Why are you telling this story, Guy? And those of you watching who have done this, why? What do you get out of this? What is the pleasure in doing it? What is the joy? Answer me. I want to know why you're sat there going, well, this seems reasonable. I'm just going to type all this shit in. But it's the worst attention ever. Jesus fucking Christ. The next 2 days of his vacation he spends with us in-game, of course. And then he flies back to his home. The things have died down. He started to show up less often. And then he comes with sudden news. So the attention has died down. Time for something bold, people. His wife is pregnant. Good God. That New York trip, though. He's going to be a father now. And he tells us he's on cloud 9. People more than bored of Mr. Benji. Just stay quiet. He then whispers me directly because no one had replied to him. And I just whisper back, Jeezy. No one responds. I'm pregnant. Oh, my wife's pregnant. I'm going to be a dad. I'm on cloud 9. No replies. Like 0 replies. No one gives a fuck. I have to whisper someone. Now we get a new batch of people joining us. And in the new batch of people joining us is an actual deaf person. And we know this to be true because it is the real life friend of one of our officers. Oh shit. Oh shit. Actual deaf guy. Now we decide it's the time to really fuck this guy over. We whisper him and ask if we can have the miracle program for Discord. Now, the thing is, you see, the thing is that I have to tell you guys, is that it's really, really expensive. Like, it's a prototype, okay? It's a prototype piece of software. It's probably going to sell for like $7,500 a piece, which seems reasonable to help the deaf, right? So, but I'm on the phone right now with a guy in his company to see whether or not we can get a discount for this guy. Mind you, I would just like to remind the audience, this is happening around 4 a.m. of server and his time, and that he seems to have forgotten that he's a deaf person as he's supposedly speaking to someone on the phone. Talk about the panic spot when the lie starts to crumble. It's like Inception, man. It's like when the fucking water's pouring in and you're DiCaprio and you're like, oh man, I'm so fucked. I'm so fucked. The fruit's all blowing up. The ceilings are fucking collapsing. Jesus Christ. I mean, maybe it could have been a video call, right? Maybe it could have been some sign language or something, but let's face it, it doesn't fucking matter. After the call, though, he informs us it's impossible. It's impossible that the new guildie can use this. And the reason is, actually, I didn't realize this. This is what the guy's telling them, right? I didn't realize this, but in order to use the transcribing software, you need a special SSD installed in the PC. Bastard. That's what it is. It's not even like I could email you the software right now. Like, I could do that, but it's not going to work. And because you don't have the special SSD. That's the problem you guys have, right? Yeah? I don't know how old this guy is. Maybe that makes sense to him at the time, because he's obviously had time to think about an answer. So maybe he just doesn't understand what that actually means. We decide for shits and giggles to send our new deaf guildie to talk to him directly. And this is where he reveals that actually he works for Google. Yeah. And they're developing this super advanced program, and that, I mean, at best, it's going to cost $5,000 for people like him. It's definitely going to cost that. Our deaf guildie was a little disappointed. And, you know, that was kind of it for our story. But when it comes to our deaf priest, one-legged, bellular Benji shaman, the drama does not stop. It doesn't stop there. The deaf sequence has come to an end, but a week after A week after the announcement that his wife is pregnant, he lets us know that they found out that the child is a girl. You couldn't Google how long this takes to find out. You couldn't be asked to just Google, like, how long I could tell the gender of my child. Clue, it's longer than a week. It is. It's longer than a week. It's actually quite some time. Yeah. All the parents are just like, oh. All the parents in the chat are just like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? More than that, though. Oh, shit. It's going to be twins. What? Unreal, man. Unreal. Wow. Whew. Big. It's going to be twins. Jesus. You found all this out a week after she found out she was pregnant? That's crazy, dude. That is insane. This brings us full circle of the story that his characters seem to follow. If we put it side by side with our one-legged bellular shaman and our wonderful deaf Benji priest, has some sort of disability? Check. Is filthy rich? Check. Has a wife with a character in WoW? Check. The Benji did inform me that his wife plays WoW. Has 2 daughters? Check. Everyone pretty much ignored this announcement because you can't really know the gender of a baby after a week if you found out about the pregnancy. He just logged off. I guess this threw him over the edge to push his goal in the end. A couple of days later, he decides to whisper my fiance. All right, he's got to get back into the... No, this is it, guys. This is it. He's getting back into the good graces. He contacted my fiance. What can we do? I need to rescue this. I fucked up. No one believes me anymore. I need to rescue this situation. I've gone too far with my storytelling. I know what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to whisper the guild leader's fiance. And I'm going to tell her that I got a brand new laptop from work and that I want to donate it. It's $3,500 to her. And all she needs to do is give him her address. Or if she wants to, she can offer it to any of the guildies that might desperately need a really good laptop. I mean, it's a 10 out of 10 plan. I can't see any issues with this at all. I really can't. No, this is fine. She told him to fuck off. Will you fuck off? Dude, fuck off, man. Just will you stop? Just fuck off. Honestly, you're driving me fucking crazy. Just, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you. I don't know what you're doing. Just fuck off and leave me the fuck alone. Sad. Sad. While we were offline, he left the guild in most of his characters. We checked his armory, and that's when it dawned on us to check the armory of Bellular and compare it. The collections completely matched the achievements, completely matched with all our doubts dispelled. We knew it was one and the same person. We checked in with some other members and found out that he was making some weird advances towards the lady members of the guild, like the laptop one. He's used the laptop play before. It's his go-to card, dude. Boom, you got a laptop. Now fuck me, right? And overly friendly, flirtatious comments alongside the laptop. Wow, laptops with a side of sass. I like it. We found out that he's in a new guild on his characters, and we have taken the liberty to inform his new guild leaders to hopefully prevent the situation from happening elsewhere. As we are writing here to caution people of a certain individual in World of Warcraft. Now, you can recognize this man by his telltale signatures. He will have some form of heavy disability. He will be incredibly wealthy. He will have a wife in-game, and he will also have 2 daughters. Best of luck to you, Mike, and to your drama timers, and stay sharp, people of USA. Stay sharp. So this is like a PSA as well. And honestly, I've got to be totally truthful with you guys right now. Should he arrive in your guild, please don't kick him. Just let him go for it. And really encourage your guild to, like, egg it on. Like, I would just have a meeting, a guild meeting, without him, obviously, and just be like, whatever this dude tells you, just, like, keep it going. Just keep it going. Just keep that ball rolling. It'll be just the best day of our lives. Let's keep it happening. That's all I want from you guys, is to do that. I really do. Okay. Is this... okay, we're going to have a little fun one. I have got a very dark story to tell. I might save that for a more darker themed drama time. It's really dark. It's really dark, but this one's really fun. Goblin Gaming, my dude. My dude. All right, we're going to have, because it's a lovely sunny day. I know you guys, I've not even looked at the chat, and I guarantee you're all spamming for the horribly dark one. Because I know you guys too well. Looks at the chat. Yep, dark, 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 please. There you go. In caps. In caps. We're going to have some positive vibes. I'll decide after this story. Let's see how we feel about this. We're going to have some positive vibes. Some positive vibes. Holla Preacher and a brofist to you in that magnificent chat of yours. It's you wonderful people right there. Drama Time has been my favourite thing to listen to on my commute to work for a good while now, and thank God there's still plenty of episodes for me to go through. I am enjoying the rest of your content as much, so thank you and keep up the good work. I've got 2 short, feel good. Feel good. For once in your lives, feel good about something. Feel good wow stories to cheer you and your audience up in these times of BFA. BFA's emotional instability. And as we learned from Twitter this week, most of you guys are crazed. I hope you realize that. I hope you guys, if you don't like BFA right now, you're crazed. Actually crazy. That's on you. They're not cringe, or at least I hope so. They are very cringe. I can't believe you don't think these are cringe, because they're so cringy. And won't cause any Fs in your chat. But instead are aiming to remind people how sometimes, and not rarely, WoW brings people together. I don't think that's a surprise. We have an event coming in July. I've met a lot of the people I'm looking at right now, IRL. Some I don't want to meet. Like you. And you. I don't want to meet you. You stay over there. Now, it won't be hard for you to guess what this means, I'm sure, but here goes. Guesses, audience. I currently main a female Void Elf Shadow Priest. Name the gender. Mixed reviews. Yes, I am a girl. You'd never imagine a girl would play a pretty priest, I'm sure. Void Elf pretty? Don't know about that. But in my defense, my original main, which I still log on to this day, was a Night Elf Druid. Of course it was. A female Night Elf Druid. What? You think that absolves you? They're the 2 most cliche things in the world. I even play it in full-on Thunder Chicken mode for a long while without any glyphs. Oh, really? Disgusting. My first story is from the personal archives, very close to my heart, okay? For all I know, it wasn't for WoW and the Warcraft franchise in general. Life could have been very different for me right now, so we're going through a life-changing experience. This story has one character of major importance. A prop paladin by the name of Goblin. Now, a little bit of backstory. When I was a little girl, age 11 to be exact, I saw my daddy play a game. It had orcs, undead, and elves, and it impressed me. Warcraft 3. I got obsessed with watching him play. I was fascinated by the architecture and the building up the various bases and the troops. Oh, baller though. You can do a Warfront, and it's the same thing. Ha! For a little bit of context, I had been playing The Sims 2 beforehand. What? What do you mean it's not? Lies. Liars. Liars. So he bought me my own copy of Warcraft 3, as well as the Frozen Throne. No surprises there. I feel like my dad was more excited that I might be into video games than anybody else on the planet. And after wasting hours and hours of having no fucking clue how to play this game, I gave up for 3 years. I never touched it again till I was 14. That disappointed father. He had such high hopes. So many hopes and dreams dashed within a matter of hours. At that point, I had learned about cheat codes, like Who's Your Daddy, and the rest of the like. And my Warcraft 3 experience became so much better, but it was mainly about the lore, not the gameplay. I was so invested in the story and the music. I knew the cinematics off by heart and downloaded most of the instrumentals onto my phone. Wow. I was particularly obsessed with Arthas's story arc. But ironically, I was completely oblivious to the existence of World of Warcraft. When I was 15, my first ever... Now, this is offensive, by the way. My first ever boyfriend slash ex slash that one boy you really don't want to mention to people. I mean, that was me at some point, motherfucker. Right? What did I do? What? That was all of us. You know? He actually played WoW on and off. But he was, and this is very hard to believe, he was one of those people who constantly shit on the game, saying how dead it was and how horrible it was, but he played it every single day. Now, at that point in time, lies. At that point in time, it was Kata, and he found that the game had become too hard. We know who he is. We know what you did. We know what you did. You led us down the road we're on now, motherfucker. And there shall be no mercy for people like you. Just learn to press interrupt. That's it. And the world is your oyster. And it was right after the Pandaria trailer had dropped. He convinced me to download the trial version onto the heaving monstrosity of a computer hand-me-down I got from my dad. Long story short, the Night Elf Druid. I started questing in Teldrassil with about 5 FPS on average, and after an hour of trying to kill cats in the starting area, only by right-clicking on them, and obviously dying in the process, I called it quits. This game was way too hard for me, I thought. Imagine wiping in Teldrassil. And you know Blizzard has stats on this. You know they have stats of how many people can't get past like the starting mobs of the game. I mentioned recently that my first WoW experience was a dwarf in Dunmoreau. And it was so much more immersive and difficult for me to challenge the Trog Cave at level 1 than a Warfront has ever been. Right? And it's not because of my gaming knowledge either. It's simply because the game was so much harder back then. So I remember that fucking Trog Cave wiping me so many... That Trog Cave was no joke back in the day. No fucking joke at all, I tell you. Anyway. I called it quits. Now, he had shown me the Wrath of the Lich King cinematic. Prompted by my original interest in Arthas, I was amazed. And it led me to downloading an MP3 of Invincible on my phone. With this extensive, or so I believed, Warcraft knowledge behind my back, fast forward to 2015. Enter Goblin. Oh, we'll use Goblin because the other guy's gone now, right? So it's a new boyfriend, but we'll still use Goblin because the other guy's just fucked off. I and Goblin met through a mutual group of friends. It was a tight circle of musical nerds, book nerds, film nerds, and of course, gaming nerds. Many Doritos were crunched amongst that group. And we were spending our summer holiday together. We would meet every day. Stay up late every night listening to tunes and cracking bants. I had decided, calm down boys, right? I had decided that this was going to be my have fun summer. I had just come out of a somewhat weird relationship, meaning I didn't intend on getting serious with anyone at all. Goblin seemed like someone that I would love to, and this is such a girl thing to say, I would love to, have some fun with. It's written that way. Have some fun with. Suck that cock! Suck it long, suck it hard, and you'll be repaid! You'll be repaid in spades, girl! We know what you're saying. Don't need to fucking lay it on quiet for us. We're men, horny men, full of testosterone. Don't be fucking shy. That's all I'm saying. Don't be shy. We know you're into that kinky shit. Yeah, I've got all the squirty cream in the world. Let's do this. Let's fucking do this. You know what I'm saying? We'd had a few nerdy conversations over Doctor Who. Fucking Cybermen get me off. I know. I shouldn't have said that. That's really weird. Karen Gillan, though. Am I right, boys? Karen Gillan, though. Woo! Let's go with Karen Gillan rather than Cybermen. They are smooth, though. I don't know if you've seen it. Whoop, whoop! Whoop, whoop. Nebula, terrible actress, though. Really bad. Really, really bad. We had some nerd... Anyway, our girls wet a whistle with some nerdy Doctor Who conversations. But that was about it so far. Not really made any inroads. One evening, though, our friendship group had dispersed, leaving only me and Goblin at the group's usual gathering place in the park. Oh, yeah. We're 16. We're in the park. Game on. We're chatting away, and I started to feel a tingle. What is the girl tingle? What does it feel like? Because for us, it's a boner. Girls get a tingle. What's the tingle? Tingly? Perky nips? Could be cold. Hard to tell. Anyway, we were chatting away and I started to feel a tingle. But I wasn't feeling too confident. Goblin was 3 years older than me. And at the time, that made him very sophisticated in my eyes. Well, I am 3 years older. Much more worldly wise, as you probably know. That's right, I could tie my shoelaces on my own. Yes. He suggested we put some music on. I thought, great, I could do that. Whipping out my ancient HTC with all my old MP3s on there, I put the songs on shuffle as I tried not to be completely awkward. And then suddenly, we sat there in the night. Invincible started to play. Goblin looked me in the eyes, his face full of excitement. You play WoW? We've got a girl tingling, and she plays WoW. Top shelf. Top shelf. Dunk it! Dunk it, Goblin! I, of course, with my hour-long struggle of auto-attacking cats in Teldrassil and my pretty crappy strategy skills in Warcraft 3, said yes. And then... I don't know how we feel about this, guys. This is what she types. Kinda? Yeah? No? Kinda? I really like the Lich King. That's the response. I mean, it's acceptable. Now, it turns out Goblin is a lore mega nerd. Fuck's sake. He's going to ruin it, boys. He's going to fucking ruin it. He's going to ruin it. I had to keep my mouth shut for the rest of the evening. He's going to ruin it. As he started spewing lore, opinions, speculations, all the details about what was going on, what had been. Oh my God. We've hit the nerd bone. We've dug down too deep and we've hit the nerd fucking motherlode. He's unloaded on a... Well, now you've asked some questions. Allow me to put that tingle away. We're not doing that tonight. Let me tell you. Do you know about Fellow Malone? Let me tell you about Fellow Malone. It's fucking really interesting. It's an elf sword. Fucking stabby as fuck. Yeah, let me tell you about it. No. Keep your panties on. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Pull them up. Do you know about the grain, though? Do you know about the grain? So I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot. I still don't know, no. I've even voiced over the video on Fellow Malone. I still have no idea. It's like, I don't know what any of these things are. I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot, and he sounded so knowledgeable, so I thought it best to stay quiet. Nothing sexier than being lectured at about WoW lore. Eventually, I got really bored. I decided to interrupt him. I'm going to have to stop you there. I'm sorry. It's been like 5 hours, okay? The sun's coming up. I need to stop you there. I told him that I had only really ever played Warcraft 3, and that I thought Kata was too hard, so I quit into the starting area. I explained to him it's because the cats never died quick enough for me to live, because I was auto-attacking them, and that's actually the entire history of World of Warcraft as I know it. Like, that's it. I have no idea what you've been talking about for the last 4 hours. I'm sorry. He kind of explained to me that you could use abilities in World of Warcraft. And just pressing right click on them was, in his words, remember he's a sophisticated chap, was not optimal. I'm just going to let you know that just auto-attacking in the game is not optimal. It's not optimal. At least he was kind. He offered to teach me how to play. But only, and this is the smooth bit, are you ready? That tingle's coming back. I will teach you how to play World of Warcraft if you go for a coffee with me. Oh, what? He's back in the game. He's back in the fucking game, yeah? Smooth. Smooth as silk, this motherfucker. I love this guy. It turned out that what he meant was that we would have to learn how to play World of Warcraft that very night. No, like right now. I need you to do it right now. He said that learning how to play WoW would be bonding fun time. Bonding fun time. We're gonna moonfire shit to level 10. It's gonna be awesome. Me and you together. Oh! And that convinced me to ask me out. It convinced him to ask me out. Ah, turns out he was just as anxious and nervous about talking to me as I was. No. What? The WoW lore nerd was anxious? That's weird. You remember how I said that summer 2015 was going to be my fun time, nothing serious summer? Well, me and Goblin are now engaged. Yes! 10 out of 10 result, and we're set to marry next year. Woo! Big dick player, right? Came in strong with that Fellow Malone knowledge, dropped it like a fucking bomb, took the girl for a coffee, had her playing WoW by that evening, engaged, getting married. That's a panty twister right there. Nice. Turns out, suck that cock. Told you. Easy game, easy life, boys. I got myself a new proper Battle.net account in early 2017 when we moved in together. I played my druid on his account initially. Weirdly, in BFA, I managed to outgear and outprogress him. Cooked! Marriage is off. Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh my god, she fucking outprogressed him. Cooked. Cooked hard. Now, I'll say this to you, Goblin. I will teach you, but I don't want a coffee. I want raw sex. I want that raw deal, yeah? Raw deal. I want the whole shit, but I will teach you. I will. Hit me up. Can't be having her out progressing you, dude. I killed Mythic Vectis during Uldir before him. But that's a story for another time. But we do have another story that comes in. Another feel-good story, see? Positive vibes today, guys. Positive vibes. Yikes, Vectis. I liked Vectis. It was fun cleave fight. Shut up. Shut up. Vectis was alright. Plus, you got that nice break in the middle, though. You got that nice break where you could just stand around for a bit and shoot the shit, check the internet. It's all good. It's all good. This is about the WoW community. Right, we're going into a positive WoW community story. Apparently it exists. From the Pug World. Are you ready? Pug World. During Uldir, the guild I was in, just a heroic curve guild, fake, got stuck on heroic Zool. And you out progress. How bad is he? And you're the leader in progress, eh? Huh. I'm joking. Relax. Our roster was dwindling so rapidly from people unsubbing that we barely managed to make 10-man groups. And with the constant change of players who turned up to raid nights, progress wasn't looking good. I, being an officer, she's an officer as well, fucking hell, she's got all the power. It felt like some responsibility rested on my shoulders to get myself and my fellow guildies curve, as I didn't want anyone to miss out on it. So I decided I would pug Zul and Mithrax and get a lockout for only Gahoon. Ooh, tactical play. We'll just skip to the end. Easy clap. Why progress if you could just skip to the end? And I would use that lockout with my guild, skipping the bosses we were stuck on. I mean, if you can't kill Zul, Gahoon's gonna be a problem, but let's see how this plays out. Being a high item level Shadow Priest, getting into a Zul pug was easy game, as it gets even without curve, because of Master Spell. And once I joined a good group, we one-shotted both Zul and Mithrax, after which the group disbanded, as the leader couldn't be arsed leading everybody through Gahoon. What a shocker. So I got it, though. I've got it. I've got my Gahooni lockout. But as it was a Monday, there were unfortunately no more scheduled guild raid runs. Not wanting it to go to waste, even though I was absolutely dreading it, I made a Gahoon pug. In the group finder, I listed the requirements as follows. 7 out of 8 heroic progress is all you need. All I wanted was some experience on the fight. That's all I wanted as the raid leader. Before I got there with my guild. The whispers, they came like an orgy. Plus. Inv. Plus. One guy told me he had a 5% wipe on Gahoon. 8 exclamation marks. Someone said, I just want to kill him. Please. But groups keep disbanding. Please invite me. All groups disband. Please. And in that moment, I made a decision. I will not invite any curved people. My thinking being that curved people will be tempted to leave quickly after a wipe, while a person who is desperate, absolutely criminally desperate, might stay for some wipes. That's good. We'll play on the desperation. No, that's a good idea. Curved people ain't standing up for that shit. They want one kill out. What we need is really desperate people, yeah? It's like if you're looking for a workforce. Go for the poor, right? They need the money. No point in trying to hire a rich person. They can leave whenever they want. Go for the poor, the homeless, yeah? Offer them something they need. Tactical decisions, boys. Tactical decisions. And we did. Oh, we did. Without ever prepping for it, I ended up raid leading this pug group on voice. Oh, you're a girl! No one's leaving. No one's fucking leaving a pug led by a girl. No fucking way. You know what alpha that is? You're like Alpha Omega, dude. Like, no one's fucking leaving this pug. They're all in it. They're all asking for fucking pics. Jesus Christ. They think there's boobs on the line. This isn't a feel-good community story at all. It's a scam from start to finish. If that was a guy, not a chance. Not a chance. Goblin, who was sitting next to me in the room at the time, still claims it was all because I was the only girl in the group and I was leading it. He's right. He's fucking right. Scammed from start to finish. Not one of my pugs left as we wiped there for over 3 hours. That's what it was. What it was. You got them breasticles, you got the power. You got the breasticles, you got the power. Why do you think we all get fat playing games? We're hoping to get the power. That's what we're doing. We're hoping. Doesn't work. First, We wiped on phase 1. Then slowly but steadily, we got to a point where orbs were being moved nearly perfectly. It was so gorgeous. Then we started to wipe around the 10% mark. People were throwing ideas, suggestions on how to improve, telling me I was a great raid leader. Okay. You know, you're so good at this. Honestly, you are. You really are. I don't know if anybody's told you this in the past, but I'm quite amazed by your raid leading skills. Yeah. And if, you know, we should hook up after this, you know, maybe do some dungeons together, some Mythic Plus, something like that. I'm from, where do you live? Where do you live? What are your measurements? Okay. We assigned people to look out for and call out different things. I arrange a healing cooldown rotation. Everyone was being constructive and genuinely nice. I was just taken aback at how this pug run had essentially turned into a somewhat progression run. And no, we didn't kill him. Son of a bitch. We didn't kill him. Oh, rip. Massive Fs. Massive Fs. Our best pull was 3%. But it got late. People got tired. But my God, it was fun. Once we decided we were going to call it a night, people were whispering me, thanking me for leading the raid and making it happen. Someone in voice chat even suggested that maybe we could do it again sometime. I said that whoever felt like they wanted to repeat this, add me on Battle.net. At which point my friend's request UI crashed. You can't seriously believe that it wasn't because you were a girl. I bet you have the most feminine voice in the universe. I would put fucking money on it. If you're watching this, send me an MP3 that says, "Hello, Mike." And I want to play it for these people right fucking here, because they deserve to know. I guarantee you it is the fucking softest, most angelic feminine voice in the universe, right? It's like listening to a queef from Gladriel. It's ridiculous, right? And that's what happened. We know what happened. You know what happened. Your fella knows what's happened, right? We all fucking know. Don't lie. Fucking scammer. We created a brand new Battle.net community dedicated to killing Gahoon. And to this day, I still play with some of those guys. So, here's the words of wisdom. It sounds like Doc Cotton. All right, everybody. Let this be a reminder to you all. There's part of the WoW community does exist that made me smile wide. That's dirty. Even though there was no kill and no loot that night. We had so much fun and we made some friends and it was awesome. Thank you for reading through my little stories and I really do hope you lovely people enjoyed them. Love you all. Thank you very much for your wonderful tale and congratulations on the engagement. I do hope the wedding goes spectacularly. Weddings can be very stressful. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Just make sure you have entrance music. It was a big plus at my wedding. I can guarantee you that entrance music is the best. Ladies and gentlemen, that does bring us to the end of drama time for today, but not to the end of streaming for the week. We have game night for the top tier Patreons that are here. Game night is tomorrow. Dennis has sent me something, but yeah, we've got game codes for the people. And also, I'll probably be streaming some point tomorrow. I'm going to have a lie-in. It's Saturday and the family's not here. I'm having a lie-in. We'll probably be streaming Saturday and Sunday. So I will tweet out when that's happening. We're probably streaming, right? I'll tweet out if I'm not or something like that. But other than that, have a wonderful weekend, ladies and gentlemen. Have a wonderful Easter weekend if you're celebrating Easter or just eating chocolate non-fucking stop. There'll be no chocolate in this house because chocolate sucks. Other than that, be good. Love you all. I'll see you again. Bye-bye. Oh, raid Taliesin? Sure. How do we do that? What's the channel? /raid. Do I have to be offline? I've never done it. What's the channel? Is it Taliesin and Evertel? Let me find it. Is it under World of Warcraft? Ba 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 ba. Yeah, it's Taliesin and Evertel. There we go. Oh, I didn't use the and sign. Yeah, got it. Yay! There you go. Go, 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 go. Go say hi to lovely, beautiful Mr. Nick and give him a kiss from me. Love you all, boys. Bye-bye.